fast to www.pastorpaulgold.com. Hey, have you taken a good look at the banks lately? On the surface, everything seems fine, but there's a whole lot more going on underneath. It's like looking under the hood of a car and finding a mess of broken wires and parts. The parts are loans for homes, cars, and those credit cards we all use. They're hitting record highs. It's kind of scary when you think about it. Why risk your money for a tiny 5% return when things are so shaky? This is where Noble Gold Investment can come in and help. They're like that friend who knows all about keeping money safe. They suggest gold and silver, oldies but goodies in the finance world. Plus, they got a sweet deal on this right here. 1/4 of an ounce gold standard coin. They'll give this to you for this month. 1/4 of an ounce of gold. Pretty cool, right? Well, if you're curious, just give them a call at 877-646-5347. It's just a chat, no pressure, and they'll help you figure out if gold and silver is right for you. Go visit them at www.pastorpaulgold.com and take the first steps toward a safer financial future.
The special counsel handling the prosecution of former President Donald Trump has requested the judge overseeing the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case to reconsider an order that, according to the government, could jeopardize the safety and testimony of over 24 witnesses. Trump's legal team has sought access to unredacted documents, a request contested by special counsel Jack Smith's lawyers. In a 24-page submission to the federal court in Florida, prosecutors representing Smith argued that the court applied an incorrect legal standard when U.S. District Judge Aileen Cannon initially ordered the unsealing of materials. Judge Cannon responded on Friday by issuing an order that postponed her initial decision, NBC News reported. The filing highlights an exhibit containing, quote, information about uncharged potentially obstructive conduct by a defendant and speculation about witness tampering by an uncharged individual. According to the prosecutors, this particular witness opted not to have his interview recorded. Last year, Trump, along with Walt Nauta, a personal aide to the former president, and Carlos de Oliveira, a Mar-a-Lago employee, were charged, and all three entered not guilty pleas. Yesterday, horrified air passengers experienced a traumatic incident when a 63-year-old German man, whose identity remains undisclosed, began coughing up liters of blood and subsequently collapsed and died mid-flight in front of his wife. The traveler, reportedly visibly unwell when boarding the Lufthansa flight from Bangkok to Munich, saw his condition worsen rapidly. According to fellow passenger Martin Misfielder, 53, from Zurich, Switzerland, who witnessed the distressing event, quote, it was absolute horror, everyone was screaming. The man, accompanied by his Filipino wife, exhibited signs of illness with cold sweats and rapid breathing upon boarding. Concerned passengers rushed to assist, offering chamomile tea and checking his pulse. As the flight took off, the man's health deteriorated further, the Daily Mail reported. While spitting into a bag, he experienced a sudden gush of blood from his mouth and nose, splattering the walls of the Airbus A380 aircraft. Flight attendants promptly intervened after the tragic episode. The flight reversed its course, returning to Bangkok Airport. Passengers expressed frustration, stating they were left waiting without guidance for 2 hours. The deceased man's wife had to navigate customs alone as they were rebooked on another flight via Hong Kong. On Friday, astronauts representing Turkey, Italy, and Sweden successfully concluded their 3-week private mission to the International Space Station, returning to Earth aboard a SpaceX capsule that had landed in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Florida. The returning crew included Alper Gerzavaci from Turkey, Walter Villadai from Italy, and Marcus Want from Sweden, accompanied by their escort, retired NASA astronaut Michael Lopez Alguera, now associated with Axiom Space, which is a Houston-based company that organized the chartered flight. Turkey marked a significant milestone with the launch of Alper Gerzavaci from Cape Canaveral last month, as he became the first person from his country to venture into space. The mission, financially supported by Turkey, Italy, and Sweden, had a total cost of approximately $55 million per participating country, NBC News reported. Marcus Want, selected as a reserve astronaut by the European Space Agency in 2022, and the crew's escort Michael Lopez Alguera also contributed to this historic private space endeavor. This mission was the third organized by Axiom Space, with plans for a fourth private mission scheduled later in the year.